Hey guys, welcome back to Baker Street Geekery, and we are live. We're here to talk about basically the animes that you guys have been watching the past
couple weeks
now. Sorry for the hiatus. I got caught up doing manual labor, basically.
Yeah, there's this thing called money that's a good thing to have, and
that I still haven't got yet for the things I was doing, but it's only been a week.
Yeah.
Actually, not even that. It's been like 4 days.
So anyway, I'm Watson. That's Leo.
I'm Leo.
And we're just going to do first impressions of
Everything
that we have watched.
Yeah,
at least.
Although, I want to point out that out of the things that come out this season, I think we're watching all but maybe 4.
There's another one I want to pick up. I think the first episode's out. We'll talk about that later.
Either way, still, that's like all but 4 or
Yeah.
something like that. There's very few we're not watching this season. It's going to be a heavy season.
Yeah. There's so much stuff on our queue. And then Space Dandy,
Which I
you
still haven't
haven't
watched
seen,
any of.
but is really good.
They moved their time slot, so I might watch it
10:30
now. Yeah.
Central.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about Nobunagun. The pun one, not the CGI one.
Yeah. Nobunagun. Not Nobunaga the Fool.
Yeah.
Because, they had to be so close with their names coming out the same season about the same thing.
Also, in their premise, they had to be pretty similar.
Yeah. Except, kind of.
They're not similar.
Either way.
But, whatever.
So, we're going to start with first impression for Nobunagun. And we're going to talk, I guess, about the first 2 episodes, what we thought about him. Because it's going to be easier that way than doing an episode review about both of them.
Yeah. So, really, to be honest, the first 2 episodes should have aired together.
They could have. Or, they could have either smushed them together into one.
With the art direction that went on with the first and second one, I felt like it would have been better if they were together.
Yeah.
Because
not much
the second episode was missing a lot of the color that the first episode had.
Well, the first episode was predominantly dark after a certain point.
Well, yeah, but the first half of that episode made up for it because it was so colorful. But let's start out with the premise. So there's this girl, and apparently she hates her mom or something. That's what I got at the end of the second episode.
Yeah, something like that. That's... Go ahead, you can continue.
And she went to Korea for a field trip. Also...
Thailand, bud.
What did I say? Korea? Okay, well...
People don't go to Korea.
South Korea.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. People don't go to Korea.
Okay, well... Yeah, they went to Taiwan for a field trip. They were going to go and just look around, be sightseers, and do stuff. And aliens invaded.
But it's not a normal, hey, we're from the sky aliens. They came from the ocean.
It was Pacific Rim aliens.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, we get then thrown into this fight where her field trip group's being attacked, and
the one friend that she made gets
I want to
knocked
go.
out.
Yeah, I want to go back to that. She's not necessarily the most graceful in her social abilities. She's rather inept, in fact, I would say.
And she's a tomboy.
Very much. I would say more than a tomboy, to be honest. She's very into
She's
blatantly.
a tomboy.
No, because in my I don't know. In my mind, I wouldn't label her a tomboy.
She likes guns and stuff.
Yeah, in my mind, I wouldn't label that a tomboy.
Okay.
Either way, yeah, she's not very girly. We can agree about.
Yeah.
We can agree upon that. And in doing so, she's kind of ostracized herself from the other girls of her class, making her not very approachable.
And the art direction did a great thing on this, where all the girls had this shadow of flowers over, an overlay of flowers.
It was more of an overlay. Yeah, it was like.
It was like a flower filter on top of all the girls, except for her. She had a forest camo.
Yeah, it was forest camo. It was just kind of like, aw, we can see how this is. But yeah, no, she's very into guns and tanks and military things. And then kind of we see, she meets one friend basically, and this friend kind of shows her that you can make friends be happy and stuff. And right as she makes this friend, after they take this cute selfie that they take, where she's just like, "What?" and the other girl's all smiley and normal.
Yeah.
Aliens pop this giant. Spoilers. It's a giant ship thing. Giant alien carrier ship thing pops up out of the water and starts attacking. And we see it kind of cuts to this other group of people that we find out the name's Dugo? It's Dogoo.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily... Dogu. I think it would... I think that's how you... Like, the double O would be oo. Yeah, I was thinking English Dogu, though.
Yeah, Dogu!
That would be English.
Yeah.
But not English. So, in the end, we see... It kind of jumps over to them. It's like, hey, we need to send Jack the Ripper in and fix this. And we're just...
We could send Gandhi and Newton, too. But they're like, Jack the Ripper's got it.
Yeah. So all of a sudden you see this missile heading down to the Earth.
Yep. And this teenager pops out.
Yeah, this teenage boy, white hair, kind of reminds me of Soul from Soul Eater pops out.
Yeah.
And which kind of goes into the fact that they have there's this I'm going to say he's
alien bunny rabbit.
Yeah, he's an alien bunny rabbit. I'll get back to that. He basically had gone back in time and taken genes from people in history that were like smart and like charismatic leaders or just a variety of things.
Yeah.
Because obviously Jack the Ripper's none of those, but he's a strong warrior kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he takes their DNA and enchants it for future generations because he knows that these aliens are coming to attack and he wants to protect Earth.
Because they took out his planet.
Yeah.
Or her planet. I don't know. Alien bunnies just kind of planet. There.
But, yeah, no, in the end, he wants to protect them and their society. So he then plants he had gone back in time, or maybe he just lived through those time periods. And he took the genes from these people, creating these people called E-holders, which were like the basically genetic holders of these previous ancestors. And they have this sphere that allows them to like access this...
The sphere?
It has a name. I don't remember what it's called.
But you called it a fear.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I said sphere. It's just it didn't.
Yeah.
Lisps. Either way, they have this circular device that allows them to call out these genetic weapons, basically. And Jack the Ripper's is a giant arm blade thing that reminds me of Soul.
It's a pocket knife, basically.
Yeah. And he starts going havoc, and he destroys this giant balloon thing that explodes into smaller things.
But then he gets knocked down because, plot has to happen. And the girl whose name escapes me.
It's O something. It's Onaga or something like that.
Hold on. I'm getting it. Her name is Scroll. Her name is... Load already. Her name's Shio Ogura.
Yeah, I was thinking of Ogura.
Yeah.
She picks up this sphere, and we realize that she's
also
basically
an
evil, and she's the ancestor of Oda Nobunaga, who history was
famous Japanese guy
who tried to unite Japan with the Takeda army and stuff like that. He does not win. I don't remember who wins off the top of my head right now.
China?
No.
China invades and he dies. That's what happened at the beginning of the episode.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
It's not China, bud.
There was a Chinese... They said, hey, it's a Chinese flower on the banner.
It's not China, bud.
Whatever.
Either way, basically gets a giant gun on her arm, and she wrecks face and saves her new buddy friend, and that's most of the first episode.
The second episode happens and Gandhi and Newton show up.
Newton has giant gravity foot and Gandhi has barrier hands.
I was making a joke on a forum that I'd hoped that Newton had like some sort of Apple-themed weapon. But sadly, we got just a gravity boot.
I don't know. It's more than a gravity boot, because like if you look at the art design of it, which you don't see a whole lot of.
She has to step on something to make it way different.
No, but like if you look at the art style of the foot, there's an apple on it.
Okay.
It has the abacus sliders on it, so that applies the force kind of thing. And it's an interesting idea more than just giant hands that pop out of Newton's head. Either way, second episode.
And Gandhi does barriers.
Yeah, Gandhi does barriers with the giant hands that come out, like, are sitting on his head, basically.
Yeah. Second episode basically goes, Gandhi saves the day because barriers, because they missed one.
And it blows up the big thing with a giant explosion.
Also,
that they all came out of.
Also, Shio does more badassery.
Shooting things. She has 3 guns on her that we find out about.
And she uses Newton to her advantage to stop recoil so she can continuously shoot, which was smart.
Yeah, she made herself a giant turret. That's what happened there. But, yeah, no, the idea was, and, like, we see the Robot Bunny talk a little bit about, like, how Oda was...
This is your destiny.
Well, no, I was thinking more like Oda's, like, he's a smart strategist kind of thing. And
I thought the 3-line volley was just a myth.
Yeah, she's not necessarily, like, she may be new, but she has his genes and his knowledge within her kind of thing. Which
Nobunagun
will make her
crazy
great.
some bitch.
Yeah, but he's crazy in the idea that he's crazy in the idea of that Leonardo da Vinci was crazy in, like, a before his time kind of thing. Like, the ideas and concepts that they had revolutionized the way we think about the way they acted. So, like, for Oda Nobunaga, it was like his war strategies and things, which were ridiculous.
So yeah, one blows up and Gandhi shields them all, and then Shio's all kind of depressed because she couldn't do anything even though she did everything, and she's just whining for plot reasons because they had to fill out the rest of the episode.
I don't necessarily think it was plot reasons, because, like, I understand why she's whining. It's the idea of, like, yeah, you did all of these things, but it's an idea of self-loathing and the fact that I couldn't do anything, even though, like, it's...
But she did everything.
No, but see, that's the thing, like, because I understand kind of that mentality of you don't see the things that you do, even if they're great. There's often times, like, when you put together this amazing project, you don't necessarily see something the same way another person does, which is, like, there's a lot of science on that of people not seeing colors the same. But, like, it's the idea of, like, she doesn't see what she did being that significant, whereas the fact that in the end her friend was still in danger and she couldn't fix that is what she focuses on. And it's an aspect of being... It's kind of an anxiety of the fact that you can't do everything, and she can't accept that kind of mentality, I guess.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, I get it.
It's not necessarily just, oh, she's whining for plot in the entire episode, which it kind of was as well. But it's the idea of her character has a problem with she has to save, like, I might be reading too far into it, but, like, she has to save everyone. She wants to protect the things that are precious to her, which is going to be a thing.
I get it.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Dogu wants to recruit her, but they're not going to force her, because that's not how they roll. But they essentially pressure her into doing it through the media anyway, because that's what everyone would do.
And she's watching the news, and basically everyone's like, you know, if I had that power, I'd definitely help. I'd give my life, blah, blah, blah. And she's sitting there watching this with her friend in the hospital, and they're just like, she's like, you don't have to do it if you want to. She's like, I know. And but in her head, she's just like, I have to do this for everyone. I have to protect people kind of thing. It's my job.
Yeah. Yeah. And
so they guilt trip her into doing it, and
even her friend kind of guilt trips her into doing it.
Yeah, the end of the episode,
probably unintentionally, because she's just like, "You're great, I like you. You're my friend." And apparently, that girl's her only reason for joining.
Yeah,
not her mom, who we definitely heard in the first episode. She lived with her mom, so
we told her she was going to be late for school.
Yeah, put a piece of toast in her mouth and made her run.
Yeah.
I guess she just hates her mom or something, because kids can't relate to liking their mom. I don't know.
I understand, but I mean, like...
I think it's stupid, but it's also...
I don't think it's necessarily that she hates her mom, it's just there's no connection.
There's no connection shown, which I think is kind of lazy. She has a mom, but they're not going to do anything with her. She's just at home.
I'd prefer them not have useless characters that are in there for insignificant reasons, to be honest.
A mother is never a useless character.
It is if you're not going to use her. If she's just there to be there...
Then why even have her say a line in the first episode?
Because you needed a purpose to get her out of bed.
She was already getting out of bed. She was just yelling at her that she's going to be late. there's no real reason for her to be even there.
Yeah.
She could have been living all by her lonesome.
I don't know. Maybe she'll come back and be important. Who knows?
I hope she does, because she's kind of useless, and it kind of ticks me off that she was just kind of glazed over. But that's just me. Also, that's basically the episodes. It should have been one giant premiere, but Japan doesn't do that like we do.
Oh, so I want to get back to what I was talking about. Bunny Rabbit reminds me of the art style of him reminds me of the Bunny Rabbit from Digimon. The little green-hatted one with the overalls.
Yeah, I didn't watch Digimon.
No?
Nope.
Okay. It's not until like the second, third season. Or he's in the movie that is between the first and second season.
So I could watch it on Netflix, but I don't really care.
You could.
The art direction.
His art style looks like that.
The art, when the show's really colorful, it's really pretty. When the show's dark and gritty, it's almost too dark, because there's it's like...
It's very bluey.
It's very black and dark purple and blue, and there's highlights of red, but they kind of dominate the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's better when it's being colorful. To look at, it looks better when it's being colorful than when it's being dark.
I think it's a
contrast.
But
it's effective.
Yeah,
it's an effective contrast.
It's there to be a contrast between, the nice happy life she was living in this new.
I do kind of want to see their I want to see their transformations in normal light, though, because we only saw them in black war explosions.
If we're lucky, there might be a training room aspect where they're sitting there.
Hopefully.
In the training room and they all transform or something.
Yeah, well, it's good. We're going to keep watching it because, it's good stuff.
My final thoughts about it, I guess, is it's definitely a show to look out for. I don't necessarily know.
Strong female character.
Yeah. I want to, well, you'll probably notice, but I definitely have a feel, like, this season, most, if not all, the characters, excluding, I think...
There's a few.
Maybe 2 or 3 that they all have strong female characters. Or I'm going to put it this way. All the ones that are full shows, not like... Because there's a couple this season that are like 4 or 5 minutes long shows. All the ones that are full 30, 22, whatever minutes shows, a lot of them this season they're all strong female character leads. There's 1 or 2 that aren't. But...
At least for the new stuff.
For the new stuff. And I feel like the one show that really doesn't, she's going to come into her own and be... She's not necessarily the lead of the show, but she's going to be a right hand.
There's like 5 leads in that show.
There is. But there's definitely one that he is the lead.
Yeah.
And it's the one we're going to talk about next, being Nobunaga the Fool.
Yeah. I'm Watson.
And I'm Leo. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you kind of watch the rest of the stuff that's going to hopefully be rolling out within this week and next week and whatnot. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
If you're on Hummingbird.
Watson has a hummingbird over there that he talks to people on occasions.
I like it. It's a really nice community.
Either way, yeah. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.